Good evening, class 10, chemistry, unit 9, acid, base and salt, along with pH meter, pH scale, indicator, universal indicator. Nepali acid, amla, base char, salt, lavan. Main objective of this lesson are as follows: properties and uses of acid, base and salt. What are the properties? Common and different. What are the uses? Applications of salt and preparation also, preparation of salt, preparation of acid, base and salt. Applications means practical applications of neutralization reaction, means acid base reaction. Differences between acid and base and alkali, base alkali, acid base. And another use or main aim of this lesson is different types of acids, different types of bases, and different types of salt. For example, when we say acid, amla, acidus, Latin word, different types of acids are there. We can use strong acid, organic acid and inorganic acid, dilute acid and concentrated acid. On what basis? Base also, soluble base and insoluble base, soluble in water, insoluble in water. Another, just like acid, strong base and weak base. Salt also, there are different types of salt. Nunilo, yeah, salt भनेको नुनिलो, नुनिलो मात्रै, all salts are not salty. सबै salt नुनिलो हुँदैन. Some salts are salty, some are pungent, some are tasteless, etc. And different salts have different colors. Some are white, some are yellow, some are blue, like copper sulfate. Different types of salt: soluble salt, insoluble salt, acidic salt, basic salt and neutral salt. And practical applications of neutralization reaction, acid base reaction बाट के फाइदा छ हामीले भन्न त्यो पनि हामी पढ्नेछौँ. Now question number 1. Now let me start. Question number 1, define an acid with example. Just like acid, पानीमा राख्दा हाइड्रोजन आयन दिने पदार्थ. An acid or acid is a chemical substance. It may not be chemical, it may be organic, like organic acid. Chemical substance which gives or produces of hydrogen ion H plus when dissolved in water. The word acid comes from the word acidus, from the Latin word meaning sour, amino. Due to this hydrogen ion, all acids are sour. Example of some acids are, see, organic acid, citric acid, formic acid, lactic acid is found in quad, ascorbic acid, etc. Now I give some examples of inorganic acid. Hydrochloric acid, formula HCl. Hydrochloric acid HCl, when dissolved in water, hydrogen ion and chlorine ion. So hydrochloric acid HCl, hydrogen ion plus chlorine ion, double reversible equation. Another, sulfuric acid, formula H2SO4. H2SO4 is sulfuric acid. And how to ionize? 2S plus SO4 minus hydrogen ion and sulfate ion. Another is nitric acid, formula HNO3, nitrate, nitric acid, sulfate, sulfuric acid, chlorine, hydrochloric acid. H ion, hydrogen ion and nitrate ion balance. C1. Hydrochloric acid HCl, sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3, carbonic acid H2CO3, H2CO3 H2 plus CO3 minus. And we got boric acid, boric acid H3BO3, H3BO3, H3 3H plus BO3 minus. In the same way, phosphoric acid also. So, an acid is a substance which gives a hydrogen ion in water. When dissolved in water or any aqueous solution, mainly there are two types of acids. On what basis? On the source. On the basis of source, organic and inorganic. On the basis of strength, weak acid and strong acid. On the basis of saturation, dilute acid and concentrated acid. Hydrochloric acid HCl, sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3, carbonic acid H2CO3, boric acid H3BO3, phosphoric acid H3PO4. Lemon sour काट्दै किन अमिलो हुन्छ? Why is lemon sour? Lemon is sour because it contains hydrogen ion. Question number 2. Define a base with examples. With some examples. Like acid. Difference. Acid gives hydrogen ion, but a base gives oxide ion or hydroxide ion. एसिडले हाइड्रोजन दिन्छ, आयन दिन्छ भने बेसले अक्साइड आयन वा हाइड्रोक्साइड आयन दिन्छ. यो डिफरेन्स हो. अफ बेस, यु क्यान राइट अफ बेस इन नेपाली भस्म इज अ chemical substance which produces an oxide ion, ion O minus, either oxygen ion or hydroxide ion, OH minus, negative charge. Oxide ion O minus or hydroxide ion OH minus when dissolved in water or any aqueous solution. Not only water, पानीमा राख्दा वा कुनै एक्वियस सोलुसनमा राख्दा जसले हाइड्रोक्साइड आयन दिन्छ वा अक्साइड आयन दिन्छ त्यस्तोलाई भनिन्छ बेस. Two types of bases are strong base and weak base, soluble base and insoluble base. Example, sodium hydroxide, NaOH. See how it ionizes. See, sodium hydroxide is caustic soda, NaOH formula, NaOH, sodium ion Na plus hydroxide ion OH minus. This is bitter in taste and soapy in touch. It changes red litmus blue. एसिडले ब्लूलाई रेड बनाउँछ भने बेसले रेडलाई ब्लू बनाउँछ. सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड NaOH, पोटासियम हाइड्रोक्साइड KOH. It is also called caustic potash. कास्टिक पोटास भन्यो भने पोटासियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, कास्टिक सोडा भन्यो भने सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. KOH K plus plus OH minus. Sodium hydroxide NaOH. Potassium hydroxide KOH. Ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. Formula, can you say the formula of ammonium hydroxide? Ammonium NH4, see, just like that. Ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. Ionization reaction ionizes in this way NH4 ammonium plus hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide, ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. Another is calcium hydroxide or lime water or slate lime. तीनटा नाम छ यसको. एउटा नेपालीमा सुन पानी, इंग्लिशमा lime water or slate lime. Chemical language में calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide formula CaOH whole twice, and reaction is this. Calcium ion plus valence 2 plus 2 OH minus. See, types: soluble base and insoluble base. And one question in this, one question can be asked from define a base with examples. On this, if this is A, this is B, I write one question. All alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. Why? All alkalis are bases. When we say alkalis, they are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. It means some bases are soluble, some are insoluble. That is the question. The answer of this question is all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. नेपालीमा सबै क्षारहरू भस्म हुनु, तर सबै भस्म क्षार होइन. See, bases, directly look at that. Bases which are soluble in water. Soluble in water are called alkalis. But all bases are not soluble. All bases are not soluble. Here, not soluble. Don't write all bases are insoluble. All bases are not soluble लेख्न पाइन्छ, तर all bases are insoluble लेख्न पाइँदैन. All bases are not soluble means some bases are soluble, some are insoluble, but all bases are not soluble. So all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. All alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. Example: sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. They are alkalis. They are alkalis because they are soluble, but some are insoluble, like ferric hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, copper hydroxide, iron oxide, CaPO, etc. are bases. They are bases, not alkalis. पानीमा राख्दा सोलुबल भएर हाइड्रोक्साइड आयन दियो भने अल्काली हो, दिएन भने बेस हो, अल्काली होइन. So all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis.